The next drill that we're going to talk about right here is our arches. And basically what this does, it takes everything that we've built up to this point. It incorporates our footwork and our fundamentals, and it focuses on getting your shoulders over your toes, but it also focuses on not running around your feet at the top end of the route, and really making sure that you take a good extend step and transition step and get your knee back to the quarterback. But the thing that I really love the most about the arches is it helps you play within the framework of your body. And constantly you've heard me talk about playing within the framework of your body, and you're probably wondering, what do I mean by that? And what I mean by that is we want to make sure that we're as compact as can be at the top end of the route. And as you can see how these arches are built, they're not very tall. So what they do is they make the guys get their shoulders down at the top end, but they also make sure that the elbows are tight, because as you go through these, if you're out of order or you're wide and your arms are flopping or you're too tall, you're going to end up knocking it over. So it's a real good piece of equipment to use to make sure that guys are disciplined at the top end of the route with body control. As you can see right there, we don't want to make sure that we just get up in there and drop. We ought to be running at a level that our pad levels are just there, is down and forward. So at the top end, for a lot of taller guys, they kind of feel a lot of pressure right here because they got to get down up under it. But we want to make sure that that same pad level that gets us through there is the same pad level that we're running throughout the route. One of the things that getting your shoulders down over your toes allows you to do is transition at a much better speed rather than when you're up tall. And one of the problems that guys face when they're too tall is they can't transition all the way back to the quarterback or back to the ball. This drill is set up for us to really attack it. And as you can see right here, we'll focus on doing curls. We'll do comebacks, and we'll do flat down the line basics. And one of the things that we look for when we come flat down the line is we want to make sure we're not drifting. So the minute we make that extend step and stick our outside foot, we get the knee flat going down the line. We want to go in there to where we're attacking the ball. We're making sure we're flat, we're compact, and we're coming in there to attack it. And it's a really good job right here. If you see these last two right here, both of these guys sticking the outside foot and getting the knee there. And what the arches do is you see these guys aren't cutting with their eyes. They're not peeking at the top end of the route. They're disciplined, they're compact through, and they're coming flat down the line. And one of the things that we can do a little bit better job right here is really focusing on the guy to the right is not getting the elbows out too wide. Keep them tight, but beat the drums at the top. So we will work on both sides, really giving them a feel for coming down on both sides. A lot of guys like to play one way. One side of the field, always to the field, always to the boundary. We train guys to run every route each way. One of the things this also does is makes guys come back on the ball, as you can see in these drills. We just don't want to run a curl route or a hook route and just stop at the top end of the route, but we want to come back on it. Now, as you can see what happens when you're not getting your shoulders down, as you can see right here, this individual right here, what happens is at the top end of the route, instead of getting his shoulders down, he just drops down in his waist and bends at the knees and the waist. Well, that's not going to get you through. As you can see, his shoulders are back, his head is straight up, and he hits the top of the hurdle or the arch, and now it's over. So what he has to do a better job at the top end of the route is getting his shoulders over his toes, shoulders over his knees and over his toes. As you can see right here, he's sitting back, and now it gives him a tough point to transition back to the ball.